Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. Let's look back at the Hammer and Nigel interview with Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. During this interview, Hammer and Nigel fire off some really direct questions that put Doug Carter on the spot. In this video, we will focus in on the questions that seem to cut at the core of the mystery surrounding the case. The link to the full interview is in the description. Let's get started.
Is the guy in custody, Richard Allen, is he the only person being looked at in this investigation?
The million-dollar question. Judges recusing themselves, prosecutors keeping information hidden, and superintendents not speaking up will only fuel the conspiracy theories involving police corruption, in my opinion.
Right now, he's the one that's been that's now facing murder charges. So, again, we are not going to stop looking at other people until this is completely done and we have nothing left to do.
This was your typical Doug Carter response.
But you can call me the Riddler.
Never direct, always vague, borderline obtuse.
What did you call me?
We know that Richard Allen spoke with Dan Doolin. He told him that he was on the trails that day, at the same time the girls were thought to have gone missing. We know that Carroll County blamed the FBI. For the lost tip, we know that FBI stated publicly they are not to blame.
Maybe this guy, Richard Allen, has been on the radar for a long time. Did he speak to investigators in the early stages of this investigation?
Doug Carter seems to get defensive here.
That'll all come out in due time. I'm not going to talk about Richard Allen today.
Is he serious?
I do not sense confidence in his voice.
Told you not to go there!
You're telling me the world has waited 6 years only for you to tell us the prime suspect came forward the day after the murder and was working at the local CVS the entire time, but you're not going to talk about this person?
Is he serious?
The search of the Wabash River, they're saying a source is linked to the Delphi investigation. Is it frustrating, especially when you see a police source confirmed?
They knew everything, all right? There was a leak from the inside.
Hammer and Nigel are asking some great questions. We know the search started August 19th. We know that's the same day they took Keegan Kline into ISP custody, with every piece of info relating to that situation being marked as confidential and hidden from the public. We also know the source they are referring to is the same source the Murder Sheet podcast is referring to here.
We had sources who did tell us that it was Delphi related.
It is frustrating. I will say yes. It is absolutely frustrating because
Doug Carter took this opportunity to stick it to whoever this police source was that was leaking information and potentially hurting the investigation.
This case is unlike any that I've seen in almost a 40-year career. So there are so many different tentacles to this.
Another great question from Hammer and Nigel here. Pay close attention how Doug Carter, aka
The Riddler,
responds.
Shame on us for saying something that might jeopardize that. So whoever this, quote, source is, I doubt very seriously that individual is a part of the core team.
If they believed he was not part of the Delphi case, not in a million years would they have responded the way that he did here, in my opinion.
The other name that's involved in this whole story is Keegan Kline. Has he been speaking to police? Has he been given some sort of plea deal to help police?
We'll continue to work on Keegan Kline and whatever his connectivity might be to Abby and Libby and almost 2,100 days ago.